All right, it's Friday, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Kathy J Show. I am Kathy J. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, I know I say it every day, but I'm so serious. I can't do the show without you guys. So thank you for watching, thank you for supporting me, and thank you for hanging out with me. Remember, you can always get caught up at any of our previous episodes by going to kathyjshow.com. Today, everybody, we're talking about one of my favorite topics. Doggies. Doggy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? I love dogs. You know, when I was on the radio, my nickname was Doggy Avenger because I was the person that was always reminding people, you got to bring your dogs inside, everybody. It's going to drop below freezing today or tonight. And, you know, it's going to be a little too hot. You shouldn't have your dogs in the car. You shouldn't take them with you. Leave them home. I love dogs. I've always been raised around dogs, and I've never met a dog I didn't like. Now, people, on the other hand, but dogs, I love dogs. My mom and dad loved animals, and dogs in particular, so much that I learned early on how beneficial they are in our lives. The puppy in the picture, that little puppy right there, that was Brutus. Brutus was his name. My mom wanted a poodle, but my dad got to name the dog. So we had a poodle named Brutus and a poodle named Caesar growing up. But Brutus and my dad, they were inseparable. And his favorite place to be was hanging outside in the garage or the carport while it was raining with his dog. My dad showed me, like, the dog will make you better all the time. When we go for rides, we put the dog in the front seat, like we're just cruising, we're together, we're family. My mom, she loves the little dogs, so she spoils them and they always get pampered. But this one time, my sister moved back home. She brought this German Shepherd Chow Chow mix named Bud. And Bud, he shed a lot. So my mom loved to vacuum Budweiser. Like she would just, and he loved it too. He just got vacuumed all day long. And anybody knows, if you have a long-haired dog, you can vacuum all day. You're still gonna have hair, so good luck with that. But Bud also liked to dig and bury things. And my bedroom kind of looked over our backyard. So I would see him out there, and I'd see all these different piles of where he buried something. And he buried the TV remote. He buried my sister's hairbrush. He buried my dad's cowboy boot. And then it was all fun and games until one day I was looking out, you know, playing with my Smurfs, and I look out the window, and Bud had my teddy bear, and he was getting buried in the backyard. Yeah, like I freaked out. But you know what? Bud lived, don't worry, the teddy bear lived too, but you know what? It's just funny stories that we all have about being with our dogs. I've been blessed with so many amazing dogs personally that I had when I became an adult. Dylan, Jake, Champ, Mostef, Moby, Lennox, and now I have Arnold and Jack. Funny dogs, and we all have so many funny stories, like producer Colleen's family dog. There's Lucy, isn't she cute? She's always got her tongue hanging out. I don't know, Colleen, should you moisturize the tongue if it's always hanging out? Maybe. But, you know, my producer Mary, she's starting her new adventure with her dog Rocket. I have a cousin named Matt who literally skis out of bounds, and his dog skis with him. It's amazing what we do with our best friends, our furry best friends. You know, when I started volunteering with dog rescues way back before I even started my radio career, I started with Hobo Care Boxer Rescue. I'm still volunteering with them today. There's a lot of shelters in the metro area. So many amazing people really trying hard day in and day out to help the animals in the area. But there's some things that you can do in your house right now that will help the workers in the shelters. Dogs are our best friends. They lower our stress. They make the good and the bad times even better. The breakups, the weddings, they're by our side. They're a reminder to us that we need to balance joy and grief in life. That's why I brought in my doggy advocate today to help us learn about how to give the best to our dogs. Joan is here to share her knowledge with us. She's also brought in a little furry friend named Wimbrel, who is hoping to become your new family member. He's an instant perfect dog. Joan also works for one of my favorite shelters in town, and they're looking for I'm kidding. They're looking for foster homes. So everybody, I'm going to tell you why and how you can become that foster home next. Excuse me about that. Beklempt. Be right back. Kathy J. Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. Kathy J. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Kathy J Show. I wanted to talk to all of you today about dogs. We love our dogs, and we will go to extreme lengths to protect them. but sometimes we need a little help and some advice to make sure that we're keeping those tails wagging happy, everybody. That's why we have Joan here, the Marketing and Community Engagement Manager for Foothills Animal Shelter. Hi, Joan.
Hello.
We have been running in the same circles for so long, and it's about time we got on the couch together.
Yes.
I'm so excited you're here.
Yes.
Okay, so tell everybody about Foothills Animal Shelter, and then who you brought today.
Sure. So Foothills Animal Shelter is the only full-service shelter in Jefferson County. So we serve that community there, and we are an open admission shelter. So we take all animals, regardless of species, age, breed, type, anybody.
You have. I've seen you take gerbils, everything small to the horses. I mean, you have everything that you are part of helping keep with Foothills. One other thing, real fast, that I love about Foothills is the fact that they really go the extra mile to make sure that the animals are safe while they're in the shelter, because you don't usually think about that. But think about all that noise. You don't know where you are. You just got picked up off the street. Your family maybe abandoned you. You don't know what you're doing. And it's nice to have a place. You guys built them so they can be out where people can see them, but they can also retreat into an area to get away from it. And I think that that's awesome how you all designed it. You designed areas where people can hang out and meet a dog, because there's a lot that goes into picking a family member. This is a lifetime commitment.
Absolutely. And we want to make sure it's the right fit for both the person and the pet.
Yes.
Like Wimbrel here, he is 6 years old, but he still has a lot of energy.
Yes.
Which is really fun. He's a really well-behaved dog. He already knows quite a few basic commands like sit pretty, shake,
Wait,
lay down.
Sits pretty? Come here, Wimbrel.
Yeah.
Come here, buddy. Come here. Okay, he sits pretty?
Yeah, let's get him untwisted.
Can you sit pretty? Oh, yeah. Oh, he does sit pretty. That's a good boy. So he's 6 years old, and a lot of times, unfortunately, older dogs do come to the shelters, and it drives me crazy. They come in around the year of 1 year old, because that's when it's no longer a puppy, and it's actually a problem because you didn't take care of the puppy and train it the right way, so now you don't know what to do with it, and you give it to the shelter. That's one of my problems. We can get to that another day. But other dogs come in older. He had a cyst on him. You found him as a stray, and he had a cyst on him. You had that removed. Yep. Do you find that people don't want to pay for the care for the dogs and they release them? You
know, I'm not sure if it's a matter of they don't want to pay or if they're not able to.
I've been there. I've been there when I haven't been able.
Yeah, but you know, bringing an animal to the shelter, if you're not able to provide care for them, is always the right thing to do.
It is, right, because you've had to go out to horrible situations where they just abandoned the dog tied up and the dog had no food and water, and horrible things happen. So yes, it is right. Definitely take your dogs if you cannot support them. But you have a lot of really cool programs that are helping dogs stay with people. It's your Better Together programs.
We do, yeah, we're really excited about our programs that help keep families together. We want animals to be with their people. It's important for both sides, both the pet and the person.
Right.
So our Better Together programs work with some organizations in Jefferson County to help families that, you know, might be suffering from homelessness, facing eviction. Maybe they're hospitalized because they have COVID and they just need temporary placement for their pet, or even individuals living in their vehicles. We have programs that we can work to provide food, wellness checks, vaccines, make sure their animals are healthy and safe. So
they're not here to take your dogs. They're here to make sure you get to keep your pets with you, and that's what's so awesome. So let's talk about, because Foothills Animal Shelter, you have these programs of the Better Together. You also have, you are the #1 place in case of emergencies that happens in Jefferson County, correct? Or anywhere in the, like, people just call Foothills Animal Shelter, right? Tell everybody what goes on with the disasters in our area.
Sure, so if there is a natural disaster, fires, flooding, or any reason that you would need to evacuate your home and you live within Jefferson County, we are the shelter that takes those animals for you. So free of charge, we'll house your pet for you and make sure they're safe, they're healthy, so you don't have to worry about it while you're undergoing all of that stress of having to leave your home suddenly. Right.
What do you suggest to all of us that we should have in our homes? Because I don't live in the woods. I don't live, you know, like I don't have to worry about a fire, knock on wood, but what should I still be doing to be prepared for in case of an emergency with my pets?
For having your pets prepared, pack a bag, have, you know, some toys, treats, food, have
But his favorite toy is out there. Have extra toys. Okay.
Have extra toys. And then, you know, have their medication if they're on any medication ready should you need to go. And, you know, leashes, litter boxes for cats, litter, just anything that you would need your pet to be comfortable with should you have to leave
You never think about that. You just think of you're grabbing all your stuff, not thinking that, oh, I'm going to need some dog food. I'm going to need, you know, his you know, thyroid medicine, whatever they have. Absolutely. You also let's talk about Halloween, because Halloween is coming up, everybody. So if you didn't know, that's a scary kind of holiday for animals. One, because you're dressing them in weird costumes and they don't like it. Do you know I had a pet communicator at a dog park one time say to an owner, your dog doesn't like you that you keep putting him in these funny things. He doesn't like, you know, like the clothes that people put dogs in. I thought that was so funny that the psychic tried to tell the owner that. Okay, but side note, okay, Halloween. Yes. What should people be prepared for Halloween? Why does it bother dogs? Why should we help them more?
So there's a lot of reasons. You know, you think of Halloween and you have lots of visitors coming to your house. I know when people ring my doorbell, my dogs go completely bananas.
Yes.
So just thinking about, you know, having a safe place for your dog or your cat to go that's away from the door so they can't sneak out. Maybe they're not as stressed from the doorbell ringing. And, you know, just preparing them for that, making sure they have updated identification so their tags and collars are accurate.
Because you never know when that door opens and they run out and now they're gone. Same thing happens on 4th of July weekends. It happens. And if you don't know if your dog doesn't even have identification on it, what do? Because I'm the rescuer that finds a dog in the street, and when I don't have anywhere, if there's no collar on it, like with a collar, I'm the person that brings it to you, and you don't have to pay the fee of it going into a shelter for you to come pick it up. Like, so you should put your identification on it, because there's a lot of doggy avengers out there that if we find your dog, I'll bring it back to you. You know, once it goes into the shelter, then you have fees and stuff, and is your dog up to date on shots, and all that happens. So be a responsible dog owner from the beginning, and make sure that they have your information on a collar on them. Yes, sorry, I didn't.
No,
mean to
I love it. No, that's perfect. Yeah.
Yes, right. So real fast about Wimbrel, he's been awesome hanging out right here. Who would be a great owner for Wimbrel?
So I think someone who is pretty active. He is 6 years old, but he still has a lot of great energy. So someone that maybe is looking for a hiking companion, likes to go for walks. He was in a foster home. He did have a mass removed, like you mentioned.
Yes.
So he was in a foster home for a few weeks to recover from that procedure, and he lived with children. He lived with cats. He rode great in the car on the way over here.
Yeah, no, he seems like the perfect instant dog. Like he definitely was loved, and so he's looking for someone else to love him, everybody. Yeah. So if you have space for a beautiful medium-sized dog, I love this size dog, because they can be a lap dog, or they can run with you. Like, they're just awesome dogs. Please just go to Foothills Animal Shelter and say, I'm looking at Wimbrel. All right, everybody, we got to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere just yet, because when we come back, you're going to find out how you can help furry friends, even if you can't commit to owning one right now. How can you foster? We will tell you coming up next. Kathy J. The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on. Welcome back to the Kathy J Show, everybody. Today we are talking to Wimbrel and Joan. We're talking about our best friends. I know that there's so many dog lovers out there, but you know what? For some reason, maybe you can't own a dog right now, and you want to help them, right? So there's a way that you can have a dog in your life. It's called fostering. Joan is here from Foothills Animal Shelter to tell us all about it. Okay, so Joan, you guys are repainting, so you need some fosters, right?
We are. So we built our shelter about 10 years ago.
Yes, I was there.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just time for that space to be updated a little bit. So we're going to be repainting all of our kennel areas and the adoption area, and we are in need of help of foster homes to take those pets while their spaces are being repainted.
What is a requirement for being a foster parent?
So you don't have to do a lot. You need to apply online, and then we do home inspections for everyone, and you'll work with our volunteer and foster team to kind of talk about what type of pet you want to foster, what your abilities are, and then we'll identify a pet that's a good match for you. And this is a really special circumstance. A lot of the time we have pets that need foster for medical or behavioral reasons, but these will be dogs and cats like Wimbrel who just need to be out of that kennel space for a little while until they're they're done being painted.
Right, that's awesome. So if people want to apply to have a friend come and visit them and cheer them up for a couple weeks, what do we? Because it might be a month. I mean, who knows what your construction is? But what they need to go to foothillsanimalshelter.org. Is there a special place on the page to look for?
Yep, foothillsanimalshelter.org under the Get Involved tab. Their application is right there, and it's super easy. I just applied. I'm fostering a pregnant guinea pig right now.
Oh, I love that! I love it.
And we provide all supplies, so medical, food, leashes, toys,
so important,
treats.
so important. And then maybe you turn into a foster flunky.
Yeah, I've done that twice too.
Yes, I was a foster flunky. So here's the thing, I want to really talk really fast about pet overpopulation, because in the monologue, when I started the show, I told people they can do things at home to help the people in the shelters. And one of the big things is, yeah, you go crazy, Wimbrel. You do it, buddy. You really need to spay and neuter your pet, everybody. There are health benefits for spaying and neutering your pet. You can take away cancers from your pet's life that they will never have to go through if you spay and neuter your pet. Please explain that.
Yeah, so there are a lot of health benefits and behavior benefits to spaying and neutering your animal. I am not a veterinarian, so I can't speak specifically to a lot of those individual health things, but just from not having certain types of infections and just being a little bit healthier, and then behavior-wise, there's a lot of benefits with that as well.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. What do you say to the people that say, oh, I wanted to leave her intact. I wanted to, let her stay like that, or I wanted to keep him like that. To me, as the person just visiting your house, I want you to know it's gross. I don't want to see your dogs those things, nor do I want to know that your dog's walking around with a diaper on. I live that life. I don't like it, So what do you say to those people?
I think why is, maybe the reason why.
When you're actually prolonging their life by getting them spayed and neutered.
Yep, and there's a lot of great dogs that need homes, and we want to prevent accidental breeding.
Thank you. That's the other important part about spaying and neutering your pets. It controls pet overpopulation. There's so many animals that are being put down every day because they don't have anywhere to go. So if you can spay and neuter your pet, you prevent any litters from coming out of that line, so that we can make sure that there's no dogs that are being just used, that are wasting away in a shelter and worse.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So that was my PSA, everybody. Thank you for hearing it. I see too many pets, and if it can be prevented, if we at home can be a little more responsible and prevent it, why wouldn't we? They're our best friends. This whole show is proving to you that animals are important to us. They reduce our stress. They make you a better person. To learn more about fostering and maybe letting a little light into your life, some love of a furry friend, you just got to go to foothillsanimalshelter.org. They're also accepting donations. And I want to stress, you kept saying Jefferson County, but anyone can come. Over to Foothills.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Anybody.
Yes, exactly. They got plenty of resources, everybody, for current dog owners. You have, if people are having issues, like my dog is destructive, my dog is, whatever, there's usually something that you can do as an owner to help that. There's treat bowls that challenge their brain. You take them on more walks. It lowers their destructive behavior, right? So there's classes, well, not classes, but just call the folks at Foothills Animal Shelter. Tell them the problems you're having. They can walk you through what's going on. Because they want to keep your pets with you, everybody. Do you have any last words about Foothills that you want to say? I'm sorry,
No, it's perfect. You're making my job so easy.
I'm very passionate about dogs, Joan. I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? I'll give her the last thought when we come back. We'll be right back. Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law, what makes us different makes us better. The half hour goes so fast, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, as always, this half hour. Thank you to my partners, Ramos Law, FitMD, the Colorado Lottery, and Oakwood Homes. Thank you, IKEA Centennial, for my set. And don't forget, everybody, you can watch the show again and again and past shows at kathyjshow.com. Thank you, Joan, for coming and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. And here's the thing, everybody. Speaking of friends, I know that we're friends, and if you wanted to come and meet me in person, you're going to get a chance. I want to mention a week from today, from 4 to 6 p.m., I'm going to be hanging out at Lolly and Pops in the Cherry Creek Mall. It's for a Sparkle, Shine, and Sweets event from 4 to 6, like I said, to celebrate the new My Little Pony, a new generation. My Little Pony is great because it's all about friendship, compassion, and caring, and that's what the show is about today, compassion and caring with our animals. So before I let you go, Joan, I appreciate you. I love you. I love all of you that are working out there for our animals. you have a really cool vaccination clinic that happens every Friday. Tell everybody.
We do. So we have a vaccine clinic every Friday from 3 to 4:30 at the shelter in Golden. $20, cat and dog vaccines.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
20 bucks?
20
Do I
bucks.
have to be on? Do I have to sign up ahead of time? Can I roll through?
Nope, you can just roll through, come on down, and get your pet vaccinated.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
you need vaccinations. Well, you need vaccinations. Just leave it there. But any last thoughts that you wanted to let everybody know about Foothills and all the work you're doing and what people can do at home to help make it a cohesive, animal-loving planet?
Yeah, I mean, really donate. Donations are a huge help to support the work we do. They provide, resources for veterinary care, like Wimbrel needed his mask removed. That was all funded through donations. Fostering is all funded through donations. Our behavior programs, just everything we do. And if you're not in a position to give money right now, you can still help by doing something as simple as spreading the word. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram. Share our information with your friends. Adopt a pet. So there's really a lot of great ways to get involved. Volunteer.
Volunteer. And there's always new animals coming through Foothills because they bring in animals from out of state, everybody. So thank you very much, everybody. This is Wimbrel. Remember, he wants a home and he's such a good boy. Everybody have a good day. Thanks, Joan, for being here.
Thank you.
I love you. Thanks for being here. You did great today. You did great.